Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. I had to heat up my coffee. Had to heat up my coffee. And I was later this morning because I was finishing up recording a new podcast episode that's going to drop today for those in the Patreon. Everybody else will see it on Wednesday. But it was right on time. Y'all remember I told you last week I dropped a podcast episode where I was talking through with people how to leave America if you don't have the money and resources, which you can do, you know, to still get out of here. And a lot of people said, listen, for me, it ain't even about money. It's other reasons why I can't leave. So I did a whole episode on if you can't leave, how you can build a parallel life for yourself in America. So please, when it comes out, take a listen. Because what you're going to realize is that America has a long history of people creating parallel lives when they don't like the system and how it's set up. Okay? So I highly encourage you to check it out this week because I think that episode is right on time because it's not realistic to think that everybody can just pack up and leave America. That is not realistic. It really isn't. So I wanted to make sure that I present something that actually and I give you tools. I tell you what you can do. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just giving you options. So it's not a podcast of just making you feel bad. No, these are tools and things you can use. Good morning, Karima. So let me stop for a second and say good morning to everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for being here with me this morning. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you being here. All I ask if while you're here, if you could do two things for me. Hit that like button for me because tapping is clapping. That's the first thing. And if you could hit that copy link button, copy link counts as a share. You don't even have to send the copied link to anybody. TikTok counts it as a share and helps to promote my live. Thank you. Hold on for 1 second. I got to let Bella Mae Jackson out of here. This cat is in here. That's why you shouldn't come in here. Mm-hmm. Feed it, this girl. My regulars, y'all know we go through that at least a couple days a week with this damn cat. She gonna make it her business to come in here while I'm doing this and then want to leave while I'm doing it. She's like, I don't want to hear about Trump. I'm sick of that shit. That's what the cat said. She said, I don't want to hear about that. We certainly going to talk about quite a few things that went down this weekend, even the mass pew pew event in Michigan, where Republicans thought they were hoping so badly that it was a liberal. It was not. Also, so that people don't forget, America's dealing with huge job losses, out of control inflation, and a government that doesn't seem to be at all concerned about fixing it. That's what it seems to me. So I find that rather interesting. They have Trump and JD Vance got time for everything but to lower your grocery bill, to lower your electricity bill, your homeowner's insurance, your car insurance. All these bills are going up, you know, and we're going to have a government shutdown. Just so y'all know, we're going to have it. Republicans hold majority, right? And they can't even govern enough to keep the damn government open. They ordered farmers to destroy their crops. No, I'm going to tell you, even if they didn't, the farmers are fucked. And can I say good? File that under shit I don't care about. I don't care I read an article yesterday about a 39-year-old guy. He is sitting on over 100 acres, and he's complaining about the fact that, well, I have all these crops, and I have nobody to buy them. He's a 1, 2, 3-time Trump voter. Fuck that guy. That property's worth a lot of money. He need to sell that shit and go get a job. No, exactly. I'm for not bailing out farmers. Nope, don't bail them. Matter of fact, y'all see how America bailed out Argentina. The American government gave no help to farmers, but bailed out Argentina. And I'm glad it didn't help farmers because farmers also said they're tired of welfare recipients. Farmers are some of the biggest welfare queens in America. Farmers. No, I didn't set up a new TikTok account. Mm-mm. I only have two TikTok accounts. This one and Majobu for Life with the number 2. And I haven't even posted on my other account in weeks. So if y'all see any other accounts, they're fake accounts. They ain't me. But that also lets me know I'm onto something. And the trolls try to create accounts as me to make it look like that I'm a part of things that I'm not a part of. Just so y'all know. Because I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm just gonna tell you the truth. Someone, Nessa, send me a screen cap of it. Because somebody else sent me one that somebody else was doing, but that person that's doing it blocked me. So I can't see them. See? You sent me screenshots too? Okay, Kim. Kim, how did you send it to me? Did you send it to me through my email? Because if you sent it through um if you sent it through TikTok Messenger, you're gonna have to tell me how you did it. Because I don't know how to send messages through TikTok Messenger. I mean, not pictures through TikTok Messenger. Yeah, people stay cutting up. Maribel sent me one too recently, and the person had me blocked, so I couldn't see it, but she could see it. So she took a screen cap and sent it to me. So, so thank you all. So a couple of things. So first thing, we know that Trump sent the National Guard to Portland. Well, saying he wants to, and it's not working out the way he had anticipated. I found some footage. Let me see if I can find it. Oh no, I didn't save it. I had found some footage of the farmers market at Portland. I guess that's what he was going to send all the troops for. But now Trump is saying he might not send them because what he saw on TV isn't the same thing that he's seeing is happening online. What? Maybe because you need to stop watching fucking Fox News. Can't believe any numbers that are good. Yeah, true. Then, did y'all see that Trump posted and deleted a AI video that he put on the internet? Where he didn't put it, somebody else put the video up. Trump saw it. He retweeted it, and it was an AI video that was pretending that there was a new initiative called the MedBed Hospital. And med beds aren't even real. It's shit that's based upon movies and sci-fi shit. So then he takes it down. But you see how they're always trying to push propaganda to you? They're constantly always trying to push propaganda to you because they can't. The truth is horrifying. So they sell you on a fantasy because the truth is horrifying. Yep. The truth is not good. Like those job numbers that we're getting, the government numbers are still not in that. People like me are still not in that group. It's a lot more people without jobs than y'all realize. And not only do they not have jobs, there are no prospects, right? There's no prospects. You're right, D. Smith. The more you hear something, the more you are likely to believe it. That's why Trump kept saying fake news, fake news. And MAGA bought that shit hook, line, and sinker. That's why he kept saying election interference, Russia hoax. He knew if he kept saying it, they would just fall in line like the good little sheep they are, walking up. Tell us what to believe, sir. Please tell us what to believe. And they did. And they did. Wow, you said, Miss Lola, you've been unemployed since April 2025. Wow. Yeah, I technically have been unemployed since July. Technically, I haven't been able to work since February. But the federal government had been paying me because Trump, right? That's why I said, just so you know, Americans, no money was saved with all of this bullshit that was done with your government. You lost money. You lost money. Because you paid for us to sit home. And I made great money as a government employee. You paid for me to stay home and to do podcasts and to do TikTok. That's what you paid for. All while Trump, all while Paw Paw right here. This is Paw Paw. Because you see how much wider his pants are? That's because his legs are swollen. That's just so Paw Paw could pretend. Say it again, D. Smith. $100 in January is not the same as $100 in September. Did any of you go to the grocery store this weekend? I'm sure you cried afterwards. It's not like it's getting any cheaper. It's not like it's getting any cheaper. Your electricity bill, I can guarantee, I know for a fact your electricity bill hasn't gone down, right? Aren't you paying electricity payments at its highest that you've ever paid them? And you try your best to use the least amount of electricity as possible, and it doesn't matter. Your electricity bill is still going up. It's still going up. Yep, everything's more expensive, Star. And guess what? You're not even a year into his presidency. Good morning, Mrs. Thompson. You're not even a year in. And it just keeps going up. But you know what Trump said? Trump said everything's going down. Yep, Lori. Lori, when I saw you write that, it reminded me of a clip I wanted to play where Trump says, no. People are lying. Everything's gone down. Again, what did I tell y'all? I told you, I said Trump's lies will work up until it doesn't align with what? Reality. Right? Reality. I tried to tell y'all. $21 for a 36 pack of Fiji water. The fuck? That's crazy. That's crazy. Not surprising, but insane. But insane. Now, I want y'all to listen to what your dear president said. Oh, hold on. Look, I forgot I had it muted. Duh.
Well, we're going to see, but the radical left Democrats want to shut it down, and it's up to them. We have a great economy going. You saw the numbers yesterday. They're fantastic. The economy's doing well. Prices are down. We have virtually no inflation. Everything's going good. We're respected by every nation in the world. And you know what happened?
So he says prices are down. We virtually have no inflation. Tell me you've never been to a grocery store without telling me you've never been to a grocery store, right? Obviously, he doesn't live like us, because if Trump lived like Americans, most Americans, he'd know that. Come on. He would know that's not a good enough lie. My thing is, that's the thing. Even MAGA knows it's not a lie anymore. Can I tell y'all something that I'm waiting for? I'm waiting for MAGA to not be able to afford their internet. Do you know how much of a relaxing and how much more calm place that the internet is going to become because MAGA cannot afford high-speed internet? So I'm sitting here going, thank you, God. I don't feel no sorrow. I don't feel no sorrow at all. At all. Man, they're going to crash out when they can't watch Fox News. And you know those little government issue flip phones don't get good cell phone service. Yep. We're gonna see an end to all them government flip phones that they used to get. No more government service. And since government don't work for us, right? We don't have to work about them expanding broadband to rural communities. Yay! Right? Well, why would we give rural communities fucking internet? Well, we don't want them sharing nothing about what they doing. You understand? There ain't nothing happening over there that I want to know. Look, say it again, Trey. Now they want an Obama phone. It's a little late for that now. A little late for that now. I feel bad for. I'll say this, Andrew. I feel bad for oppressed people in rural areas who didn't vote for this. But I do not feel bad for anybody that's oppressed living in rural areas who voted for it. I don't. Because I know what it is. It's education. It's education. But when those same rural people look at me and go, well, we can't have no black women's telling us what to do because we're the real leaders and thought big thought. Look, I can't even get it out to say stupid shit like this. But I have to. We're the big thinkers here. That's how they think. Well, I don't listen to people like that. Listen to them for what? It's nothing they could tell me about my life, about community, about making America a better place. Not one thing they could tell me about that. Not one. So I don't listen to them. I don't listen to them. Thank you, Ida. Look, my impression's spot on because I got a lot of family down south, so I know what that stuff sound like. Cool. I love family. I love the South is a fun place. The South is a fun place. Now, did y'all see that the House is not going to work for these last 2 days of the month? This is why I'm telling you a government shutdown is going to happen. Now, the House had already passed the bill, but the House isn't working either. You know why the House is not working? Because Mike Johnson doesn't want to swear in that new Democratic rep that won that seat, right? No, my aunt ain't called me back. Matt, thank you for reminding me. I'm going to call her. Her ass was probably at the casino this weekend. Look, I'm making a note right now again. Call Auntie again. She was in these streets. I know she was. Somewhere she like, listen, I ain't got time for that. Why do you think a government shutdown will happen? Okay, I'm going to tell y'all a couple reasons why a government shutdown will happen and why they want it to happen. See, y'all got to learn to connect the dots, right? Now, remember, people who took that deferred resignation program stuff, right? They're there until September 30th, right? You got your Vera people, right? If the government is shut down, nobody gets paid. So they played their ass again. So you waited. You did what they told you to do, but then they shut down the government. Won't be no payments going out. Won't nobody get no money. Nobody gets nothing. Hey, and I guess that's what Republicans wanted. Nobody gets nothing. Now, Trump wants to use a shutdown as another opportunity to lay off more government employees. You know what I say? Let him. Let Trump do everything he want to do, and then they left holding the bag. Who you blame? Who? Democrats better not swoop in to pay Captain Save a Hole at all. I'm so sincere. Chuck Schumer was on making his rounds on TV this weekend. I know his little punk ass better not cave and take no fucking knee. Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it the fuck down. Since they don't want government to work, shut all that shit down. Just shut it all down. Fuck it. Yeah, it's not until it all falls down that maybe, just maybe, somebody will do something. Fuck Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer is just like fucking Susan Collins. He's concerned, but he won't do a thing. You understand? He's always full of concern, but he's not going to do nothing. It's just like fucking Susan Collins. I don't listen to that shit. And if we're lucky this time, the other Democrats in the Senate will ignore Chuck Schumer and tell Chuck to fuck off because we're not voting for that. Shut the shit down. Joe Manchin been gone. Joe Manchin was trash. Joe Manchin been trash. Joe Manchin, understand, Joe Manchin was a dino. He was never a real Democrat. Joe Manchin ran as a Democrat because in West Virginia, he wasn't going to get elected as a Republican. And that's just real talk. That's real talk. He wasn't going to win that job if he wasn't a Democrat. He knew it. Now, what Joe Manchin don't want you to pay attention to is his daughter was also working with some other companies and getting money. Joe Manchin is a grifter too. Say it again. Joe Manchin was the best Democrat a Republican could ever want. It's kind of like Kristen Sinema. It's that same bullshit. Kristen Sinema was really a Republican. However, she couldn't win as one, so she ran as a Democrat. That's it. Y'all got to start calling these fucking people out. You got to start calling them out. And that's real talk. Yep. I always used to call Joe Manchin a dino. He was always a dino to me. He was just a Democrat in name only. That's it. But it was only designed to get into office because when it came down to it, Joe Manchin acted like a Republican. But to that I say, fuck West Virginia. Bankrupt their asses. They have very basic ass education and basic ass fucking jobs in that state. Because Joe Manchin didn't do shit to bring a real economy to the state of West Virginia. All they got is casinos, coal mines, and Walmarts. They didn't do shit to bring real economic advantages to West Virginia. Joe Manchin didn't care because Joe Manchin was making money. He don't give a shit. Yep, same thing with Ohio. Your elected officials don't give a damn about bringing money and jobs to those areas because they're making their money. They don't care. You said best McDouble you ever had was in West Virginia. I bet. I bet. But what they say, no lies detected on that one. Oh, you're going to get some good domestic stuff because most of them got to be domestic to make jobs, to make money. Because there are no employers pining over West Virginia to run to West Virginia to open up a business. None. Understand that. There are no businesses pining. No, I haven't heard about the bill to stop insider trading. It'll never go anywhere. I'm just letting you know. Congress is not about to stop their gravy train of money. They only send you to jail for insider trading. They get to legally do insider trading and brag about it. And then tell the rest of us that we ain't working hard enough. Wake up. Wake up. It's something else I need y'all to know. I don't know if you know this. I'm going to do a video about it today. How these hospitals have been getting purchased by private equity firms. Well, death rates in hospital ERs have started to rise on all of the hospitals that have been taken over by private equity firms. Because they don't care about keeping you alive, taking care of you. Money. Money is the highest, most important thing. The deaths rose by 13% in hospitals that were taken over by private equity firms. That's a problem. Everybody should be unnerved by that. That essentially means when money's involved, we already knew this, but when money's involved, your life don't mean shit to the people that's trying to make money. They'll actually make more money from you dying than they would from you living. Catch that part. Catch that part. Catch that part. The funny thing, Bozo, we're not living in last of days. Y'all keep saying last of days. That ain't what rich people saying. Shit. Rich people are saying, oh, what a time to be alive. Rich people are saying this is the best time on earth to be rich. That's what rich people are saying. Y'all are saying all that other shit. Rich people ain't saying that. Rich people out this joint like, man, what a time to be the fuck alive. I get to make money hand over fist, right? Government helps me make that money hand over fist. And I get to exploit poor and working class people while I'm doing it. Shit, sign me up. That's what rich people are saying now. We are saying something different. That's not what rich folks say, right? That's not what rich people say. Because rich people don't have to say that. They're living the life. We're not. We're not. Right? These people have a government that will shield them from paying taxes. We trying to figure out if we going to go to the doctor or pay the electricity bill. We're not the same type of people. We're not the same type of people. Hell, you know how I know the 99.9% is so disillusioned? You know, I saw them online this morning arguing about being a billionaire ain't no good. They were talking about the fact that Jay-Z got denied for a casino in Las Vegas, not Las Vegas, in New York. And they say, well, that proves that you being a billionaire is no good if you can't get a casino. Says a person that goes to work in a low-wage job. It's so weird for me to watch regular working class people talk about billionaires and what they can and cannot do when they really don't even have enough mindset to wrap their mind around how much money it takes to be a fucking billionaire. It says Tennova Hospital ER is private and worse. People will drive an hour to Nashville. I can believe it. But remember how Republicans, not even just Republicans, politicians told you the free market is a good thing. Remember they told you that? This is why I keep saying healthcare should not be for profit. Because if healthcare is a for-profit business, you're going to die. Guaranteed. If healthcare is for profit, you're going to die. I'm trying to see something. Yeah, you're going to die. And so you got to be careful about, you know, what that is and what that means. Oh, okay. It does work. Okay, okay, okay. Guys, if you can, she's got a goal. Oh, thank you so much for saying that. If you all can, please, tapping is clapping. I appreciate that. I really, really do. And if you could hit that copy share button, copy link button, it counts as a share. Now, y'all, we're going to talk about something else this morning. Um, y'all know the big Pew Pew event that happened. And I want to remind you all, to those of you who belong to Patreon, where is it at? I'm trying to find it. I'll just leave this here for now. For those of you who belong to Patreon, because we're going to talk about this event that happened at the Michigan church. It happened at, Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints. They were having Sunday service. A guy busts in, drives his pickup truck through the front door of the church. That was that picture that I showed y'all. I'm going to go back and let you see it real quick. This is a picture of his pickup truck with the flags on the back, right? So he drove his pickup truck into the front doors of the church, bust in, proceeded to start doing what he did, also set the church on fire. Only one person was unalived. 9 or more people were injured. We know that the gentleman was a 40-year-old male, former veteran. He was a veteran. And of course, our president tried to politicize it before we knew all the details of it, saying it was another attack on Christians. By who? Another Christian? See, the fighting that's happening now is happening inside of the conservative party. This is them coming after each other. I told y'all, they coming after each other. After each other. Because the rhetoric has gotten so hot. And I keep saying, everybody telling everybody else to chill out but the guy at the top. The guy at the top causes all this shit. The guy at the top. They act like he can say any and everything he wants. And everybody else is supposed to act like they're doing something wrong. No, he's wrong. He's not setting an example. He's not. And the people, the sheep, they listen. There are a lot of people in America dealing with a lot of mental issues. A lot. A lot of mental issues. And unfortunately for us, not only are people dealing with mental issues, they're not getting the help that they need. I think in America, we've had over 250 mass pew events since January 20th. Not January 1st, January 20th. America, you got a problem. Am I back, Relicious? It was probably my raggedy ass internet. I tell you, Verizon is starting to do something funny to the internet. All our stuff is just falling apart. Everything's falling apart. Everything's falling apart. But I'm like, something's got to give. When is Trump going to be held accountable? When are the Republicans going to start speaking out against his rhetoric? When is that discussion going to happen? You say Fios is horrible, you just cancel. I don't know whatever else is in my area, but I think it's time for me to start looking for other internet service and see if it's any other providers in my area. Competition is a beautiful thing. Listen, I want to say I appreciate you all for being here this morning, for the gifts, the shares, the likes, the engagement. I appreciate you being here. Don't forget to listen to the Straight No Chaser podcast. New episodes every week. The new episode that's going to be dropping today, it's for everybody on Wednesday, but my members of Patreon will get it today. I am talking with you about, listen, I know everybody can't leave America. So what can you do while you're here? So you don't have to be a part of the beast in the way that everybody else is. Create a parallel life. Community's been doing it for a long time. Immigrant communities, black communities, poor communities. They've been creating parallel lives for decades. So I'm going to run you through in this new episode how you can go about creating a parallel life for yourself. Yeah. And I know for many of you grew up in a community that had parallel components to it, but you didn't even realize that's what it was. Yep, it's the Straight No Chaser podcast, Goddess. You can access my podcast by clicking the link in my bio. It's going to take you to my website, and it will give you the links to every place you can listen to and watch my podcast. Patreon, Spotify, YouTube. That's how you can access it. Thank you so much for asking. But I'm telling you, this new podcast that's popping, you're going to need this. It's because I know everybody can't leave America. So what can you do while you're here? Good morning, Victoria. You can create that parallel universe for yourself. Create that parallel life for yourself. I'm going to give you an example of a parallel life. For example, I know some of us have grown up in communities. I knew, like back in the day, 20, 30 years ago, a community I lived in, the corner store was accepting people's Amazon shipments for them before Amazon even did the locker thing and the Dropbox thing. My local corner store would accept your packages from UPS, the Postal Service, or Amazon for a small fee. They would literally collect your packages. And then people would come after they get off work. They would go to the corner store to get their packages. And we would call them Papasan from Papasan at the corner store. With a lie. I don't know about y'all communities, but that's how my community was. They were already doing parallel living. They were already doing it. They weren't waiting for the system to show up. They weren't doing that. Liquor stores cashing checks. Because everybody ain't got a bank account. So they go to the corner store or the liquor store to get their check cashed. That's a parallel life, a parallel business. A lot of people forget about this, but you grew up in these societies. You grew up exposed to this stuff, but you didn't realize that you were living in a parallel life. Because, see, when poor people can't access certain things, you think they wait for rich people to give them something. No, those communities create it on their own. They create it for their own people. Yep, taking care of neighbors' kids. Ain't nobody have no license to babysit. Somebody in your neighborhood babysit those children. But the government will come in and they want to put licenses on everything so that they can control who gets to do what. Morning Trail. Who gets to do what? Yep, back in the day, your local grocery store used to cash payroll checks. Ain't that the truth? Back in the day when I used to get my hair braided, I ain't never going to nobody's braid shop. I was always in somebody's living room. Literally. I was in somebody's living room. Getting my hair did. I've had my hair braided in somebody's living room. I've had my hair washed in somebody's kitchen sink. Curled in somebody's kitchen. You understand? I've lived in communities where the neighborhood guy, he'll work on cars, but you do something in exchange for him. Y'all using this bartering system. Maybe you cut his grass. Maybe you run errands for him. Maybe you do his taxes for free and he work on your car for free. Yep, that's the question we got to ask ourselves, Goddess. What can we do? See, y'all got so used to trying to be a part of the system that you forgot you don't have to be. See, Miss Lola says, my grandmother was the candy lady. And Friday was fried fish day. When I used to come home from school, we would go to the candy lady. That was somebody in your neighborhood. The ice cream truck was owned by somebody in the neighborhood. And the ice cream truck just didn't sell ice cream. They sold hot dogs, half smokes, steak and cheese, French fries. It was like a mobile carryout. Before food trucks were even a thing, the ice cream truck in the hood was already doing that. See, when I say these things to you, I'm reminding you of what it was. We got to get back to that. Somewhere along the way, folks became bougie. Oh, I don't eat off of that. I don't eat off no truck. Really? Okay. All right. Wasn't how I was raised. Because how I was raised, we did eat off the truck. Say it again. Black people have always survived through community. So this new podcast episode is me breaking it all the way down. I think it's actually even over an hour, this episode, because I wanted to go in detail. I give you historical references. I talk about how you can have a parallel life politically, socially, financially. There are many ways to do it. The key is you have to want to do it. How y'all think loan sharks came about? Because people couldn't always go to the bank and get money. So there were people in your communities you borrowed money from. They charged interest. It was less, a lot of, if you had a good person that you could borrow money from, it was less interest than the bank. But it wasn't so risky that you was going to lose your kneecaps. Wake up, America. You're going to have to go back into yourself and build these communities and validate and verify people before you let them in. Stop thinking because you grew up with people or they're your family that you all want the same things. No, you don't. No, you don't. You know how many growing because how much we've gotten away from the community and being a you know how many meals that I've had at other people's homes growing up? Because when we was growing up, that's what it was. It was nothing for somebody's mama or daddy to feed you, or vice versa, or your mama and daddy to feed them. Because we were a community. I remember Sweet Daddy. Sweet Daddy, look, Sweet Daddy would say quick too that he was a helper to the community. He was in some ways. He was exploiting the community, but he was also helping in ways that the community couldn't get help from outside. Sweet Daddy was that inside help. You may not like everything that he did, but he was. Right, exactly, Erica. Now people complain about sharing food. Wow, shit. That's not the reality that I live in. Oh, you guys, thank you so much for helping me reach my live goal. I appreciate that. Yep, Goddess, that's how we got. You listen, you reminded me of something. You know how many cousins I got? And a lot of them ain't even blood. They just became cousins because we was with each other so much. I was in their house, they were in my house. That was community. That was community. If somebody's mama in the community saw you cutting up, she could spank your tail while your mama wasn't there. And when your mama come home, your mama gonna spank you again. And then your mama gonna go bring a plate over to the lady that spanked you and say, thank you for spanking my baby when my baby was cutting up. Because you know I don't play that shit. That's how we grew up. Community. Y'all, you have to get back to that. But understand, community is not just where you live. Because some of you live in communities where it's not a community. It's just a whole bunch of people that have property, but it's not a community, right? So you got to find a way to build a community. In this new podcast episode, I tell you how. Build that community. But we got to change something. Because again, everybody can't leave. So if you can't leave or you don't want to, there are other ways that you can be a part of this thing without being a part of this thing. Say it again, Dr. Joe. Community has a sense of belonging. In America, you ain't got no community. You said my mother, two older women whipped her, and when my grandmother got home, yep, that's how it was when I was growing up too. You couldn't even be disrespectful to elders in the community. It didn't have to be your mama and daddy. You still had to be respectful. You still had to be respectful. That has gone away. Wake up, America. Wake up, America. I'm just trying to get y'all to see that it's a whole lot of things that have gone wrong in this country. And the majority of it starts at home. Uh-oh, hold on. I just saw something. Oh, wow. Okay, so Trump just announced a 100% tariff on foreign-made movies. You know why I listed the clap in y'all? He can put all the tariffs he wants on that shit. You know why? American movies ain't got shit on Korean cinema. They ain't got shit on Chinese cinema. Nothing. They ain't got shit on Indian cinema. Nothing. Nothing. One of the reasons why American movies are not that good is because the writing is lazy as fuck. That's why. The writing is lazy. Y'all want to change it? Fix the writing. But see, this is isolationism. That's all this is. And it's racism. Yeah, let's just turn it inside. Just American movies. It's like, okay. What the fuck does that even mean? What the fuck does that even mean? Like what? America no longer has a lock on the world anymore. Accept it. Everybody don't want to be like us. It's so weird to watch some of you have your hearts broken by that reality. Everybody don't want to be an American, and that's okay. Because this is not the greatest place in the world to live, contrary to popular belief. If it was, explain why everybody don't come here. I'm like, of course they're not going to pay Tyler Perry. They're going to try to, the government probably will find some way to try to take it from Tyler Perry. Oh, they say Trump initially threatened the 100% tariff on foreign produced movies in May. Okay, so let me say this. Let me stop. Let me roll it back. Trump has not imposed the tariffs on foreign movies yet. He's saying he will be. So old Paw again, is saying he is going to do something. It's a threat, right? It's a threat designed to get people to give him something. See, again, it's not about excellence. But see, this is where I get confused. I thought Hollywood was woke. Why wouldn't Trump want foreign movies into the market to destroy American movies? Right? Remember it, you guys. I just don't. I'm remembering what Trump has said before. Isn't that what he said? Didn't he say that Hollywood was woke? So now he's helping wokeness. Come on. Help. I'm just trying to understand y'all. So now he's helping wokeness. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Look, I'm going to be wrapping up soon because I'm switching over to Patreon so we could have this unfiltered discussion. Listen, don't forget, over on Patreon, I have freebie Fridays that I do a Friday live over there for everybody, including the free tiers. Monday through Thursday, though, however, is for Circle and Up members because we do unfiltered, and I don't want to have to say pew pew, unalive. I get tired of talking like that. I'm fucking 50. Like, he's trying to roll back Hollywood, but he is not even able to roll them back. Those people have money and they're going to spend their money wherever they want. And can I be honest? Some of the best content anyway is from content creators, not from movie houses. Just keeping it all the way above. Most of it's content creators because they're doing original shit. They're not doing the same old thing we've seen 50 million times. I didn't go. The link is in my bio column to sign up for the Patreon. Soon we're going to only have one movie making company. Yeah, and if that's the case, they'll just make all sucky movies. It'll be all country movies with cowboys and cowboy boots, with girls with funny shapes, and that's it. And I'm okay with that. I'll just keep rewatching the shit I've already been watching. Like I told y'all, that's why I told y'all that all that subscription shit and streaming movies, this is why you need to own a DVD player, a Blu-ray player, a VHS player, so that you always have access to whatever the fuck you want to have access to. That streaming shit allows the big corporations to control what you get access to and when, because they will work in conjunction with government on it. I also need to remind you all, don't forget we are doing a movie discussion tomorrow evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on TikTok. Tomorrow, we are discussing the movie Woman in the Window. Okay? Woman in the Window. So if you want to be a part of that discussion, just, join us here. We'll be here on TikTok, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, September 30th. We're going to discuss Woman in the Window. If you haven't watched it yet, look, that's me. You still got time. I intend to watch it uh, um, today. Um, so I would say, watch it, take a look. You're gonna like it. I think I'm gonna like it. I like the synopsis around it, or like the where they explain what it is. I like that. So for me personally, it's a movie I'm gonna see. Hold on, I can tell you again. The movie is about, it's with Amy Adams, and I love me some Amy Adams. I don't know why. I love her in everything she's in. But anyway, it is a psychological thriller about an agoraphobic woman who witnesses a crime. Um, and she doesn't feel comfortable leaving her house. You know what it reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of the movie Copycat. It's on Netflix. It is on Netflix. It reminds me of Copycat. Yeah, something about Amy Adams. I just love everything Amy Adams is in. And I realized that yesterday. I said, damn, I have watched a lot of Amy Adams movies. I actually like Amy. I really like her. When I see her with a movie, I'll be wanting to watch it. I don't know what it, she makes good decisions about movies that she decides to be in. I'll say that. Amy Adams makes good decisions because now that I think about it, any movie I've ever seen her in, I like it. So she makes great decisions about what projects she should be a part of. That's why I like Amy Adams. I really do. I really enjoy the projects that she chooses to be a part of. So, and I realized that yesterday. I was like, damn, I have seen a lot of Amy Adams movies. So, yeah. But I appreciate you all joining me this morning. I will be back on live this afternoon, live at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hey, Dr. Sanopa, good morning to you, beautiful. I thank you for being here. I am going to be getting started on my Patreon pretty soon. Listen, reminding you again, check out that um Straight No Chaser podcast episode that's going to be popping today for those of you who are members of Patreon. Then on top of that, um, I'm trying to. Okay, that's not what I want. So I'll be over there at about 10:30. Like in about 10 minutes, you guys will be able to see me there. Um, I'm trying to do something that I can't remember. You know, one of those things when you do something and then you can't remember uh, how you did it. That's one of those moments that I'm having right fucking now. So anyway, like I was saying, I love you guys. I appreciate you. I'll be back live at 5. Don't forget, we're discussing Woman in the Window tomorrow evening on TikTok, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be popping on to Patreon um, um, uh, in a second. You'll see me over there. Um, I just, I want to remind you all of a couple of things. Listen, Don't let, what did Russ say? Hold on. He says, did you reach out to me? Nope. Okay, let me address that too, because I see people saying that. Listen, if somebody reaches out to you about cryptocurrency stuff, that is not me. Okay, that's not me. I don't even deal with crypto all like that. That's a scammer. Yep. So um if you see that, ignore it. Yeah, that's not me. I'm never gonna approach you asking you for money rolling up in your box. That's not even how I roll. So I would never roll up in your inbox to ask you for money. Uh-uh. Nope. Nope. I just would never do that. I'm just letting you know. I would just never do that. So it says copy. Okay. So I will be live uh on Patreon at 10:30 this morning. I appreciate you all being here. Listen, I appreciate the 75,000 likes. I really do help you and thank you for helping me meet my goal today that I put on, because y'all know I'm not working. I'm trying to, but ain't no jobs because Trump done fucked up the economy. And again, this is where bad leadership comes into play. Okay? Check out this new episode of Straight No Chaser podcast about creating a parallel life. Because one of the things I realized as I was working on this episode, I've been living a parallel life forever. Okay? Like forever. All right? I want to send a shout out to my top 5 gifters before I wrap up this live. Number 1, Miss Lola, thank you so much, beautiful. I appreciate it. Number 2, Handsome Marky, thank you so much, handsome. Number 3, Beautiful Storyteller, thank you so much, beautiful. Number 4, Beautiful Dude, thank you so much, beautiful. And congratulations to you again on the new gig, the new job. Number 5, Handsome Russ Nelson, thank you so much, handsome. And a special shout out to number 6, Lori, thank you so much, beautiful. I want to say thank you to the mods today for coming through. I'm gonna tell you something that I noticed too. The trolls don't show up as much because it ain't no fun for them. No. It's kind of hard. So now they've resorted to pretending to be me and ask you for crypto. Don't give these people no money. If any account that looks like mine rolls up into your inbox and asks you for money, it's not me. Okay? I'm not gonna come and ask you money. Ask you for money. I'm not gonna do that. That's not how I roll. Okay? Block that person, report them, delete the message, and be done with it. But that is not me. Matter of fact, I might make a video on that shit today. Let them steal that shit. They won't steal that video. You understand? They won't steal that video and put it on their fucking TikTok. If I said something like that, they won't steal that shit. Cause then you won't give them money. But no, I would never stroll into your inbox ever asking you for money on any platform, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, nowhere. I'm not even going to send you an email asking you for money. If I was going to ask you for money, I genuinely would be in a live and you would see me to ask you live. And y'all ain't never seen me do that, and you never will. Mm-mm. I be out here like, come on, Pop, dig in your pocket. You see me jiggling. Come on now. I'm trying to shake something strange for a little piece of change, and you fronting on me, Pop. Come on, give me some money. That's what I would do. I would never come to y'all and look for you and try to scam you out of money. No, that's not my bag. Okay. So I love you guys. Hope to see you over on Patreon this morning. If not, I will see you this afternoon at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember what I told you. Don't let nobody live rent free in your head. Don't feed no trolls. And you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent. I'll see you at 5 p.m. And for the rest of you, I'll see you over at Patreon at 10:30. Peace out. Have a wonderful and beautiful and blessed day. I love you guys. Bye-bye.